You're popular now. You saved the life of every girl here.
I guess. Still, it just feels weird.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at the worst TV shows that inexplicably got more seasons than Firefly, Freaks and Geeks, and My So-Called Life, i.e. more than one. Live action, animated, and reality shows are all fair game.
This is the one place I felt safe, and I don't know how long.
Number 10, Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. Just when you thought reality TV had reached the lowest common denominator with toddlers and tiaras, this spin-off unearthed a denominator that shouldn't have been mathematically possible.
Alana does get upset when she loses.
I feel sad.
Of course, the only number that mattered to TLC was the ratings, with the first season averaging more than 2 million viewers. The exploits of Alana, Mama June, and the rest of the Shannon clan garnered not 2, not 3, but 4 seasons.
Move out my way!
Oh!
A 5th was ready to go until June was linked to convicted predators. While a few lost episodes later aired as a special, the scandal spelled the show's end. A decade after its overdue cancellation, Alana is pursuing a nursing degree, while Honey Boo Boo is remembered as a what were we thinking moment.
I'm really concerned that, she's going to be hard-headed and not come back.
Number 9, Fuller House. 90s kids can't help but have a soft spot for Full House, forced laugh tracks and all. It was an enjoyable product of the time, which is more than can be said about the sequel series.
Surprise!
Fuller House is devious in how blatantly it wants to bank on our nostalgia, recreating moments with side-by-side comparisons. It's hard to explain, but where Full House felt organic in its corniness, Fuller House feels more artificially cringy, as if the writers went out of their way to sound inane.
I'm Grandpa Danny. And you're... I'm gonna need a name.
I know. We're working on it.
Had it taken a self-aware approach like the Brady Bunch movie, maybe we'd have a show worthy of 5 seasons? Really? Instead, we got a house full of something. And by something, we mean another word starting with S.
Okay, now everybody go before I get emotional.
Number 8, Baywatch Nights. We all know that Mitch Buchanan was a lifeguard by day, but did you know that for a hot second during the 90s, he also worked as a detective by night? Seriously, when did this guy ever find the time to sleep?
Some people think the beach closes after the sun goes down. That's when it really starts to heat up.
Mitch's presence is just one reason Baywatch Nights was an ill-conceived idea. With the ratings sinking by the end of the first season, canceling the series would have been the logical next step. However, the producers came up with a surefire way to turn the show around in season 2, rip off the X-Files, forcing the characters into stories involving time travel, vampires, mummies, aliens, and demonic possession. We might as well call the SpongeBob movie canon because it's not nearly as silly as this.
Who are you?
I'm David Hasselhoff.
Hooray!
Number 7, Iron Fist. How did Netflix and Marvel go from the highs of Daredevil to the rock bottom of Iron Fist in just 2 years?
How did you get in here?
This was always my second home.
More imperatively to this list, how did such a universally despised show get a second season? Although panned out of the gate for Finn Jones's portrayal of Danny Rand, underwhelming action, and generally bad storytelling, the first season was technically a success in terms of streaming numbers. Audiences were committed on the heels of 3 hit shows, but Iron Fist quickly started to feel like homework.
Because lifting other people's furniture is a crucial learning experience.
I enjoy it. It's a hard day's work.
While season 2 was seen as a marginal improvement, it received less fanfare. Netflix spared us from a 3rd season, although this can likely be attributed to the streamer's crumbling relationship with Disney rather than quality.
Don't try that again.
Number 6, Emily in Paris. Look, we get why Emily in Paris was a hit during the pandemic. We couldn't travel, so it makes sense why Netflix subscribers would be drawn to a show where an attractive woman explores Paris, eats delicious-looking food, wears a new designer outfit in every scene, spends all day on Instagram without doing any real work, and whose biggest issue is choosing between a hot French guy and another hot French guy.
Are you hungry? Would you like to have a coffee or...
Oh, actually, I have to get to my office.
Tuning into season 2, more people realized that while they enjoy living vicariously through Emily, the show isn't very good and is kind of problematic, and not at all reflective of life in France.
Gabrielle, it was a night that I will never forget, okay? But it was a mistake.
By the time this epiphany struck, Netflix was already ordering a third and fourth season. What have we done?
Oh my God.
Number 5, Baby Bob. Remember Look Who's Talking, the movie with the inner monologuing baby? Well, CBS decided to bank on that film's popularity 13 years later. Instead of Bruce Willis, Baby Bob was voiced by Ken Hudson Campbell, aka the Santa from Home Alone.
Mommy, don't be silly. Cows don't talk, they just moo.
Despite the presence of other talented actors, the show was about as idiotic as you would expect. Plus, where Look Who's Talking had the good sense to keep the baby talk internal, the little tyke's lips move here, and it's creepy.
Hi, Grandma.
Oh my God.
Bizarrely, this mid-season replacement attracted respectable numbers, resulting in a second season order. The episode number was thankfully reduced as CBS shifted priorities to My Big Fat Greek Life, which funnily had an even shorter run than Baby Bob, who lived on through Quiznos commercials.
I'm telling you, when my molars grow in, I'm all over this one.
Number 4, Insatiable. Netflix has produced some abysmal shows, but Insatiable reached new levels of hate before even releasing. The concept alone was deemed offensive to overweight people, sparking a Change.org petition to axe the series.
Broken jaw, liquid diet. She must have lost 70 pounds.
Reviews weren't much better, leaving some to wonder if a TV equivalent to the Razzies should be created just to honor Insatiable. So naturally, Netflix ordered another season 1 month later thanks to high viewership.
Patty, this is insane.
I thought you said you had my back.
Maybe people wanted to see if it lived up to the horrible hype. Perhaps some viewers legitimately liked it, the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes being more forgiving than the critical score. In any case, Season 2 wasn't met with as much buzz, prompting Netflix to do what they should have done from the get-go: 86 it.
Nothing tastes as good as killing feels.
Number 3, Triangle. It's debatable where hate-watching originated, but this BBC soap opera may be among the earlier examples, arguably helping it stay on the air for 3 seasons consisting of 78 episodes.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't agree. I think it would have been better if I hadn't told her.
Conversations that should be over in a few seconds prattle on for several minutes. Once they're finally over, you're left wondering if anything was resolved and what the characters were talking about to begin with. It didn't help that the actors delivered these lines with the levels of investment you'd find at a table read.
Good. You're acting on it? Very good.
Unlike The Love Boat, Triangle couldn't even deliver glamorous eye candy, with amateurish cinematography and some of the dreariest locales on the open sea. Triangle was fascinatingly awful, being featured on BBC's TV Hell lineup almost a decade after its cancellation.
That's the last you'll see of them.
Number 2, Velma. Velma is another show that benefited from hate watching, generating enough attention for Max to move forward with a renewal.
You know what? We're done here. Peace.
Unfortunately, we're not done here, Velma.
And yet, Warner Brothers Discovery decided to scrap the virtually finished feature Scoob Holiday Haunt for a tax write-down. This company's business practices are the real mystery, but don't count on this incarnation of Velma to solve it.
Norville, I owe you a huge apology.
But it'll have to wait.
The sad thing is that a TV MA take on Scooby-Doo had comedic potential, and the idea has been well executed in other shows. Whereas those satires had genuine affection for the source material, though, you get the sense that the people behind Velma have no respect for Scooby-Doo and wanted to punish viewers for ever liking this franchise. We wouldn't watch a third season for all the Scooby snacks.
Maybe now guys will realize that where there's smoke, there's always fire.
Maybe.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, The Swan.
I feel beautiful now.
Making a show about giving people extreme makeovers is already shallow enough, but to have them undergo life-changing plastic surgery? We're not sure what's scarier, that a show like The Swan could get the green light as recently as 20 years ago, or that Fox actually brought it back for a second season.
Has your dream come true?
Granted, the series in its entirety only lasted 18 episodes, with both seasons airing over an 8-month window. Even by trash TV standards, though, the fact that this made it past the pilot was morally wrong. We're not convinced Fox learned their lesson, as a Celebrity Swan special was announced in 2013, yet did not move forward. We cannot imagine why. What's the most insufferable TV show you've ever seen that somehow made it beyond its first season? Let us know in the comments.
The scariest thing in the world would be if they gave Sinbad another TV show.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.